So in morning session, we have discussed what is merge sort and what is divide and conquer strategy. Okay, and then we have discussed that how merge sort will work. Means we have taken the example. We have taken an example of divide and conquer strategy. Okay, so later on we have discussed that how divide and conquer strategy will work. Okay, in case of merge sort. And I have asked you one question, that what is the time complexity of divide and conquer strategy algorithm? Okay, so answer was like it is n log n. Okay, sorry, log n. Okay, so log n means it will be logarithmic. Why? Because we will constantly divide problem into sub problem into sub problem, again sub problem, that sub problem into a next level of sub problem. So we will divide till the solution becomes the answer itself. Problem becomes the solution itself, and then we will merge the solution of two sub problem, and then we will finalize the solution. So my next question was that how or what will be the time complexity if we are having the nested for loop, okay, at each stage. Okay, so what is the time complexity of nested for loop? That's a loop inside loop. Can anyone let me know? Yes, exactly, Drumil. So the time complexity of nested for loop is n square. Okay, what is time complexity of matrix multiplication algorithm? N cube. Why? Because there is a loop inside the loop and inside that loop. So nested loop. There are two nested loop inside the outermost loop. So it is n cube. Okay, if it is simple for loop, then time complexity will be n. If it is loop inside the loop, then it is n square. If it is loop inside the loop, then it will be n cube. Okay, and if it is in loop inside the loop, and inside that loop, then it will be n raised to 4. So means the number of nested loop we will increment. It will result. It will increase the time complexity in terms of power of n. Okay, so n raised to 1, n raised to 2, n raised to 3, n raised to 4, n raised to 5, n raised to 6, likewise. So this is how it will work. Now, so in this case, we are having two nested for, means we are having the nested for loop. So time complexity will be log n into n square. So n square log n. Okay. Now here we have discussed the recursive strategy. Okay. Here we have discussed the recursive strategy, recursive implementation. In case of divide and conquer, most of the algorithm will be the recursive algorithm. So let's have some discussion on recursion approach. Okay. So in previous lecture also, I have asked you this question. Okay, that what is the space complexity and time complexity of recursive algorithm, or how it will affect the memory usage, recursive? What will be the advantage and what will be the downside of the recursive algorithm? Okay, so can anybody tell me that what is the downside of recursive algorithm? Yes. More memory consumption. Yes. Good. Anything else? We are doing Fibonacci using recursion, then it will iterate one thing more than one time. So, hmm, a function CPU load increases. I don't think so. Function repeat a defined process until a condition falls. Okay, what is the advantage of recursive algorithm? Reduce time complexity? Not exactly. Okay, they are comparatively small. Okay, recursive algorithms are comparatively small, not slow. Slow is also downside. Slow is downside of that. That they are slow in execution because every time the function will call itself, whatever current status or current value of function variables are there, we have to store it. We have to put it into the, you can say. We have to put it into the stack. Okay, so it will be pushed to stack, then it will be again removed from the stack likewise. Okay, so that way it will be executed. Yes. But downside is they are comparatively, sorry, advantage is they are comparatively small. Okay, and they are easy to design if you are going with the recursion. But the only problem is with the stack size. Okay, if the process stack is very small, okay, then it will affect the performance of recursion. We cannot inherit recursion in much depth. Okay, let's say if we are having uh, billions of numbers in array, and if you want to implement merge sort on it, okay, then it may not work. Why? Because division will occupy too much stack memory in execution. Okay, so it is possible in let's say high-end systems only. Now, next question is, let's take very popular example of recursive algorithm. Okay, now time complexity of most of these recursive algorithms will be in logarithmic form only. Okay, so let me start with it, which is a very popular, yes, better in traversal. Traversal, uh, it worked fine. It worked very well whenever we are having a small number of data. Okay, in large amount or in huge amount of data, it may not work properly. Now, next thing is tree traversal. That is something different. What actually you want to say? For traversal also, it will take too much time. So whatever you are discussing about it seems that you are discussing about DFS, depth first search. Okay, so that is graph algorithm, part of graph algorithm. Okay, which is the one of the most popular example of recursion. Factorial. Okay, so let's quickly implement the factorial. Hmm? Define fact with n. Okay, if n double equals to 1, then return 1, else return n into fact of n minus 1. So if we write like print fact of 4, okay, so how it will be evaluated? It will be evaluated like 4 into factorial of 3, then 3 into factorial of 2, then 2 into factorial of 1. Okay, so this will return 1. Now 1 into 2. So this 1 will be returned to here. So 1 into 2, 2. Then this 2 will be written to this statement. So 2 into 3, 6. Okay, and this 6 will be written to this statement. So 6 into 4, 24. Okay, and ultimately we will get the output. Okay, so in implementation of, you can say, recursion, okay, system stack will be used. Okay, now let me ask you the next question. That if I want to generate pattern, like this, okay, then how we can implement using recursion? Yes, if you want to generate this kind of pattern, okay, then how we can generate it? In input on this, one recursive function is used to get the row number, the other recursive function is used to print the star of that particular row. Okay, now let's try to develop the program for this. Okay, let's say define star. Okay, we will pass variable n. Here, if n not equals to 1, okay, then star n minus 1. Print mm, what we will write print star into n, and here we will write else. Okay, that's it. But we are getting one additional line. So here we will write L if n double equals to 1. Then also we are getting one output. And from here we will write return. Got it. Anybody is having any doubt in solution? How we implemented this? If n not equals to 1, if it is not 1, okay, means only no, it is not only one star, then what we will do, we will call function itself. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if it is 1, then what we will do, we will print single star and then we will return. And then we are done with the if part for n equals to 2. Okay, so what it will do, it will print star 2 time. Then again it will pop last entry from the stack. Okay, we are done with execution of 2. Okay, so then it will print 3, then it will print 4, then it will print 5. Okay, anybody is having any doubt in this solution, whatever we have discussed? All of you are clear with this solution? Anybody is having any doubt or any question? Yes, I'm asking all of you, are you clear with the implementation of this problem or you have any doubt? All of you are clear? Okay. I want to write a program. Okay, here we are discussing various recursive approach solutions. Okay, so solution which can be implemented using recursive approach. So let me give you another problem. Okay, for that we will be discussing the recursive approach. Okay, I want to convert integer number into you can say binary. Okay, so if it is like that, let's say 5. Okay, so it should be 101. If it is like, let's say 6, then it should be like 110. Okay, if it is like, let's say 20, so 1010 0. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. So I want to generate this kind of output from this. Yes. So how we can implement an input from your side? You want to develop a solution for this. All of you, I want to implement this solution using or how we can implement this solution using the recursion. Anyone? Hussein? Krishnaraj? Anyone from class? Let's say I want to find out I want to implement a program that will, you can say, um, convert decimal number into integer number, and it will print like this. And how we can do it? Any input from any of the student? I want you people to think the solution for recursive problem. Or the problem which can be. Yes, anyone? Let's try to define a function and okay. If n double equals to 1, then print 1, else uh, if it is not 1, then what we will do, we will call conversion with n minus 1. Okay, and then we will print uh, we will keep cursor in same line. And here n modulo 2 comma end equals to. Okay, so let's try to print or let's try to call conversion 5. Okay, now here you can see this, then we should return from here. So 1, 2, 4. Okay, so 1, 0. We are getting additional 1, 0. So my concern is that how we can modify this in such a way that we will get the exact output. Where is the mistake? Number modulo 2 plus 10. Not exactly return number modulo 2 plus. Now, if we will keep cursor in same line, then there is no need to write it. Okay, let me put 16. Put 9. Let me put 8. For that, okay, here we have written n minus 1. Okay, but are we decrementing it? No, we are not decrementing it, but we are dividing it. Let me ask you the definition for next problem, okay, which also can be solved using recursion approach. Okay, that is binary search. That is binary search. Yes. So how we can implement binary search? There are two approach. Okay, recursive and the iterative. So yes, anyone from class can suggest any solution for implementing the binary search. Using tree method. Okay, but how tree method? So for that we have to store entire array into tree. Yes. Yes, compare the target value to the middle of the array and then divide. Okay, so let's try to define the solution for same. Okay, uh, like let's say we will define one function binary search. Okay, with uh, lower limit, higher limit, and element. Okay, here there will be array. Array is equals to, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so 13 elements are there. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9 plus 12 and 130. So here, in element we will specify that which element we want to search. So how we will implement the algorithm for that? Let's make it simple and easy to understand. Low and high target. Let's search. If low is greater than high, means if lower limit is higher greater than the higher limit. Okay, then we will return false. It means element is not found. Else, if it is not like that, then mid equals to low plus high divided by 2. We will define the center point. Then we will check if target double is equals to, let's say, array of mid. Okay, if target is double is equals to array of mid, then return true. L if target is less than data of mid, in that case means target is smaller than midpoint. Okay, then it will be in left side. So we will return binary search. Okay, low then high will be the mid minus 1. Else return binary search. Okay, we are passing three values, so low, high, and target. Or we will pass, or we will return let's say mid plus 1 is a low value, high, and target. Okay, so this is our code. Here, how it is implemented. So how we will call this function? Is there any typing mistake here? Yes, here instead of data there will be ARR. Very. So here what will happen in this scenario? Whenever we will call binary search, okay, what this will return? This will return either true or it will return false. Okay, so how we can call it? Print binary search 0 comma length of, let's say, ARR minus 1 comma 10. Okay, so it will show us the true. Okay, if we are writing 20, then it will return the false. Okay, so this is how it will work. I will be back in a minute. Please stay here. So if you are having any question, any query in this, okay, then you can ask me. All of you are clear with this? The way we have implemented the binary search? Okay, the only problem with this kind of implementation is they are taking more time compared to you can say the regular one, and or you can say iterative one. Okay, because we are going to use more system stack. Now, you have to be careful while you are using the iterative algorithm. So, how we will move forward with this? Okay, because iterative algorithm will take more memory as well as more, recursive algorithm will take more memory as well as more execution time, and they are very slow, okay, compared to the iterative one. While iterative are a bit difficult to implement, Okay, but it will be fast in execution because no additional memory usage will be there. So there you have to be careful that which kind of problem solution you are targeting.